How we doing today, folks? I just wanted to take a few minutes and make a very brief video because I've got something kind of rare here. I've got 4 different types of hydrangeas growing within 12-15 feet of each other, and I thought this might be a good opportunity to show you the differences between some of these hydrangeas. Now, hydrangeas can bloom on previous year's wood or the current season's wood. And I can sometimes have trouble with my hydrangeas because the ones that bloom on the previous season's wood, sometimes if you do pruning late in the season, if it's a rough winter, if the deer nibble on the buds over the winter, you don't get many blooms. So the first thing you need to consider whenever you're looking at hydrangeas is, does it bloom on the previous season's foliage or does it bloom on the current season's foliage, the current season's growth? So the first hydrangea we're going to look at right here is Hydrangea macrophylla, and I think that this is Nikko blue. This is going to grow to be about 3 to 4 feet high. I've seen them up to 5 feet high, and Hydrangea macrophylla is going to bloom on the previous season's growth. If there's a tough winter where I am in Newtown, sometimes it can be difficult. I'm working in Darien right now. It's a little bit warmer climate, and it looks like they had absolutely no issues whatsoever with these plants. Hydrangea macrophylla, you'll see that this one has these nice blue flowers. This is the hydrangea that everybody says, you know, is that the one that you can change the color of the flower depending on the pH of the soil? And it is. If the flowers are lighter colored, that means that the pH is higher. So your pinks are going to be a higher pH. And then if you've got the purples and the blues, that means your pH is going to be lower in the soil. So here we go. This is Hydrangea macrophylla, most likely Nikko blue. Now, next to it, this is Hydrangea arborescens, and this is one called Incrediball. And the only reason I know that is because my client just told me that. Hydrangea arborescens blooms on the current season's growth. And look at the size of these blooms. I mean, that is an incredible ball. That's got to be 8, possibly 10 inches in diameter. Hydrangea arborescens, it's actually going to die back to the ground every year. So at the end of the season, what you do is you literally cut this shrub right back to the ground, and then the blooms are going to come on the current season's growth. So whether the deer eat it, it's been a cold winter, it doesn't matter. You're going to have really good flowers. So now we're down to some plants that I'm putting in. And right here, this is Hydrangea paniculata. Now the cultivar here is Bobo, but Hydrangea paniculata, or the PG hydrangea, it's a shrub growing form, so that's going to grow the straight species Hydrangea paniculata. I've got a couple at my house that are pushing about 15 feet tall. It'll grow a woody trunk that'll get to be 4 to 6 inches in diameter. It can be a multi-stemmed shrub. You can train it as a standard, but Hydrangea paniculata blooms on the current season's growth as well. So no matter how bad you prune it, no matter how bad the winter was, no matter how bad the deer nibbled it over the winter, you're going to get flowers on your Hydrangea paniculata. Now this Bobo is a very short cultivar, and this is only supposed to grow about 4 foot tall, spread about 4 feet. The final hydrangea I want to show you, which is one that I don't see very often, so this might be new to some of you. This is Hydrangea quercifolia, Oakleaf hydrangea. And if anybody can guess why it's called an Oakleaf hydrangea, it's because the leaves look like oak leaves. This one right here is a dwarf form. So this is peewee. So Hydrangea quercifolia, the ones I've planted that are straight species, it'll easily grow 5 to 6 feet tall, 5 to 6 feet wide. And Hydrangea quercifolia also blooms on the previous season's foliage. So again, if the deer get it, if you prune it too late in the season, cold winter, you're going to have less blooms. However, Hydrangea quercifolia also has really nice red fall color. Besides the oak leaves, which give it interest in the summer, it's also got a really nice red fall color along with the blooms over the summer. So of all the hydrangeas, I think quercifolia is actually the most multi-seasonal of the shrubs. As soon as it's done blooming, you need to prune it, or else you can end up pruning some of next year's flowers. That is just a brief tour of 4 different hydrangeas that are all beautiful and just have different, different features that might make them more desirable or less desirable for you. But thank you very much for watching today, folks, and we'll see you soon. Take care.